Mohammed Maki runs a well-oiled machine at this South Sydney bakery.
A very popular dish for most Lebanese.
He grew up in Australia after his family fled the Lebanese Civil War in the 1970s.
To come here for a better life.
But peace came at a price.
We all experience racism. Like, at the end of the day, people stereotype, people judge people for what they look like.
The Australia Talks national survey found 3/4 of Australians with non-European ancestry say they've been discriminated against because of their ethnicity. The majority of us across all demographics and political persuasions also believe there's a lot of racism these days, the only exception being One Nation voters, while most Australians have family members, friends and colleagues who make racist jokes.
The first thing that we need to realise and I guess acknowledge is that we do have a race issue, and for our leaders to acknowledge that.
A desire that seemed to gain momentum as Black Lives Matter protests spread from the US to Australia last year. The survey also found almost 2/3 of us believe most Australians are prejudiced against Indigenous peoples, whether or not they realise it.
It's one thing to recognise there is a problem. The next step then is to what are we going to do about it?
Solving this problem isn't easy, particularly when there's no federal strategy to tackle it. The Human Rights Commission wants political leaders to put the same emphasis on stamping out racism as ending domestic violence. It's put forward an action plan that the government says it's considering. The former Race Discrimination Commissioner believes bigger structural changes are also needed.
If we had more diversity in our political leadership within Australian society, I suspect political leaders would be treating racism somewhat differently.
Change that starts at the top. Stephanie Dalzell, ABC News.